One fuel tank out. Got the Corolla up on the hoist, so this is the first chance I've actually had to have a really good look. I don't want to go to that extent on this car. And then I'd love to do an engine conversion on it. One fuel tank out. Let's get this old shitty fuel drained out and have a bit of a look. What you up to, Kate?
Using elbow grease.
It's coming up all right. It's a lot better than what it was. So this whole door card was pretty well brown before. So the masonite is obviously got wet, so that's why it's all warped. But the actual vinyl is still in pretty good nick. So what I'm hoping to do here is gently peel the vinyl off and actually remake this door card with some new masonite, just by sticking the original vinyl to the masonite with some contact adhesive. I don't really want to go and spend thousands on full new interior and whatever, but if we can make it looking as presentable as we can, that's the aim here. So tidy up the door cards, put some new masonite on them. The back ones aren't too bad, so we should be able to just give them a really good scrub up. And then, yeah, just keep cleaning. Slowly getting rid of all the rat's nest that was in here. Just giving it a spray with some degreaser and giving it a good scrub with a brush, and we're slowly getting there. So I'll keep persevering with the cleaning and we'll touch in again when we're about to get it up on the hoist. my little makeshift wire that I made up, because the one that went onto the starter motor was cactus. So that'll just get shortened up and redone properly. And this alternate. So when we had it running before, I noticed this belt, it smoked it on the alternator. But looking at this alternator is completely seized. So whether I can pull it apart and just get it working again, or I'll have to chase up a new alternator. But that's the sort of thing that I'll figure out down the track. It's obviously had a pretty bad oil leak at some point, so it could just be some bolts not tight or whatever, but it gives me something to work through. And yeah, I'll go up one more notch on the hoist. Got the Corolla up on the hoist behind me. So this is the first chance I've actually had to have a really good look of the underside and how bad it actually is. So I'll pretty well walk you through what I've found so far and what sort of repairs we'll need doing on this car down the track. So we'll start at the front and work our way through. And pretty well here, you can see this support brace that goes through here has got a fair bit of rust in it. So this will need a new section making, drilling out these spot welds, basically make this whole channel up. So it should be pretty straightforward to repair that one. Moving a bit further down, you've got this rail here. See, there's a bit of rust. It's pretty rotten and stuffed, so that'll just need this section here rebuilding. This front floor pan section, you can see there's a hole that goes through here. That's the driver's footwell. So this will basically just need a new piece making up from here, come up to about this height. Then you've got the bottoms of the A-pillars and the inner guards. Obviously outer guards need doing. Sills will need doing, so cutting this whole section out the whole way along and probably just getting a whole new sill folded up. Then the inner sill has had a few crunches, so this will need unpicking through here. And once I've got the outer sill off, I can basically replace the whole inner sill and then do the outer sill afterwards. These floor pans here have had a few crunches, but there's no rust in them, but they just need panel beating back down again. So that's all pretty simple. This side's pretty well the same. So inner sill, outer sill will need doing. And then you've got basically the bottom of the A-pillar will need doing, inner guard, outer guard. There's a few little spots on the doors that'll need attention, but nothing too major. And then moving down to the back, you've got this lower section of the quarter panel. So probably the easiest way to fix this is just cutting this off through here and sort of coming up. So this has obviously had filler in it. So this damage probably comes the whole way up. So it might even be easier just to make this whole section and replace it down. If there's not too much rust in this bit, I might be able to just panel beat this out, get it a bit smoother than it is, and just live with it. This car is not going to get repainted, so it's pretty well just a matter of doing the bare minimum I can to get it over the pits. You can see the lower rear quarters will need doing. There's a little bit of rust on the insides as well, so they'll just need the inner pieces doing and the outers. The back is not too bad, so the beaver panel, there's no actual rust through it, but straighten it out a little bit. Same deal on this side, just lower quarter that'll need doing. Pretty well the same on this one here as well, so this will just get cut off through here, just replace this bottom bit. And the goal is to be able to paint this and just basically blend it back in so that it all matches. Down the track, it might end up getting a full resto and paint job, but I don't want to go to that extent on this car. This is basically just try and get these little repairs knocked out over a few weekends, which I think is achievable. Work my way through it, get it knocked out, get it basically just blend the paint back in so I can keep with the whole patina look, because it is a pretty cool look. Obviously there's a fair bit of work to go in the guards, but the biggest issue that I'm probably going to have with this is finding a bonnet. I've been trying to put a few feelers out and seeing what I can come up with, because this one, the whole front section of it is pretty well rusted and gone, and yes, I might be able to rebuild it, but it would take hundreds and hundreds of hours. If I can find another one, great. If not, I'll just have to work with what I've got. And lastly, we've got the spare wheel well, which is pretty rotten. So this will just need the bottom section cutting out of it, and I'll just have to make up a new section, fold these, well, roll these edges around and just try and blend it in the best I can. Needs a really good wash under here, so I might be able to spray this with a bit more degreaser and just keep scrubbing it, because I don't really want to be working in the shit. But I don't know, I might bring the pressure washer in and give it a buzz and try and not completely make a mess of my shed, but got to do what you got to do. All the running gear will end up coming out and getting a bit of a look over, so I'll drop the transmission out, clean up all this oil, drop the engine out, give it a once over, make sure all the steering's all good. The shocks on the front are completely gone, so I'll need to drop them out and redo them at some point, and I'll probably put some new shocks on the back, just make sure it's all fresh. Yeah, got a bit of work ahead of me, but looking forward to it. The goal for this moving forwards is to make sure the engine, transmission and all of that stuff is in good working order. It'll be great if I can use that running gear to get this thing over the pits. If I can work through these repairs, get it licensed down the track as is, and then I'd love to do an engine conversion on it. So whether that means getting it engineered and all the rest of it, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But the way that I'm leaning towards at the moment is picking up whether I can get a whole car or just buy an engine and trans and probably a diff out of an early 2000 model Hilux. And I've got a 2.7 litre petrol. It's called a 3RZ. I've seen people make pretty good power with them, but I think if I did something like that in this, maybe just put a small turbo on it, front mount intercooler, even if it made somewhere between 200 and 250 wheel horsepower, it'll be more than enough power in this thing to go and have a bit of fun in it. So that's where I'm leaning towards with this car. It's obviously going to take a couple of steps to get there. I want to get licensed with this running gear just to make it a bit easier for now, and gives us another car that we can get out and enjoy and cruise around in. And obviously we've got our cars and coffees event that we started down here called Albany Cars on the Green, so this will be a perfect car to pull out of the shed and cruise on down for that. Anyway, hope you're enjoying these updates. We'll keep you informed with the progress as we move along. I'll still be going with the Prem as well, so I'll just keep chipping away. Anyway, thanks again. It looks like I've got a little shed visitor. What are you doing, mate? Anyway, thanks again. We'll see you on the next one.